Scaling Scrum. What is a program? A program refers to a group of related projects that are managed in a coordinated way to achieve strategic business outcomes. These projects are not random. They are interconnected and contribute collectively toward a common goal, which is clearly defined in the program vision statement. Think of the program as an umbrella under which multiple Scrum projects run. Each project has its own product backlog, but the prioritized program backlog consolidates these into one higher-level backlog that helps in aligning all the efforts toward a unified direction. This approach ensures better resource utilization, risk sharing across projects, and delivery of consistent, business-aligned value. What is a portfolio? A portfolio is a broader and more strategic grouping than a program. It includes not only projects and programs, but also subsidiary portfolios and even ongoing operations, all managed together to achieve strategic business objectives. These outcomes are clearly defined in the portfolio vision statement. Each program within the portfolio has its own prioritized program backlog, and these are consolidated into the prioritized portfolio backlog. This ensures that the organization can align its work with strategic goals, optimize resource allocation across all initiatives, and balance risks and returns at the enterprise level. Let's understand the difference between a project, a program, and a portfolio with two practical examples. In Example 1, consider a construction company. A project would be the construction of a single house, one specific deliverable with clear objectives. A program is broader. It could be the construction of a housing complex, consisting of multiple houses or buildings that are interrelated and managed together for better coordination. A portfolio goes even beyond. This includes all the housing projects the company has undertaken. It's managed to align with the company's strategic goals. In Example 2, take an IT company. A project might be the development of just the shopping cart module of a website. A program would be the development of an entire e-commerce platform, where the cart, payment, inventory, and user modules are managed as related components. A portfolio would include all the websites the company has developed, possibly across various domains or clients. In large-scale Scrum implementations where multiple Scrum teams are working simultaneously, it's critical to ensure effective coordination among them. This is where the role of the Chief Scrum Master becomes essential. While each Scrum team has its own Scrum Master, the Chief Scrum Master acts as a central coordinator, ensuring that information, updates, and dependencies from one team are shared with others. Cross-team issues, blockers, or risks are addressed collectively. Teams follow consistent Scrum practices while staying aligned with the overall project goals. The Chief Scrum Master does not override individual Scrum Masters, but facilitates collaboration across teams. This is key in scaled agile environments like large-scale Scrum, LeSS, or SAFe. In large Scrum projects involving multiple Scrum teams, coordination becomes a key success factor. This coordination is usually achieved through a structured meeting called the Scrum of Scrums, SOS. The Chief Scrum Master plays a vital role here. While each Scrum team has its own Scrum Master focusing on that team's needs, the Chief Scrum Master works at a multi-team level, facilitating alignment and resolving cross-team issues. It's important to note that there is no hierarchy between the Chief Scrum Master and individual Scrum Masters. They are all peers. The difference lies in the scope. Scrum Masters work at the team level, whereas the Chief Scrum Master focuses on collaboration and efficiency across teams. In SOS meetings, Scrum Masters from different teams share updates, discuss impediments, and coordinate dependencies, with the Chief Scrum Master facilitating these interactions. This structure ensures that all teams move in the same direction while preserving agility and team autonomy. The program Scrum Master plays a role similar to a Scrum Master, but instead of focusing on a single Scrum team, their scope is across an entire program or business unit that may consist of multiple Scrum teams. They act as a facilitator and coordinator, ensuring that each team within the program has the right tools, a smooth work environment, and effective collaboration with other teams. The program Scrum Master works closely with individual Scrum Masters, product owners, and program-level stakeholders. Their goal is to remove cross-team impediments, align teams toward program goals, and promote consistency in the application of Scrum across the program. They do not control teams but serve them by supporting their delivery and ensuring a shared understanding of priorities and practices. The program Scrum Master plays a crucial leadership role in large-scale Scrum environments. Their responsibility goes beyond supporting just one Scrum team. They guide multiple Scrum Masters who are handling different project teams under the same program. Let's break it down. First, they provide coaching and mentorship to individual Scrum Masters to ensure consistency in how Scrum is applied across all projects. Second, they help in clearing escalated impediments, issues that cannot be resolved at the individual team level and require program-wide coordination. Third, the program Scrum Master works closely with the Scrum guidance body to ensure all teams are aligned with broader organizational expectations, like quality standards, regulatory compliance, and security guidelines. Lastly, they monitor whether Scrum processes are being properly followed throughout the entire program and help in promoting best practices. Think of the program Scrum Master as a connecting bridge between the teams and the strategic vision of the organization. The program Scrum Master plays a strategic role in managing agility across an entire program composed of multiple Scrum projects. In addition to coaching Scrum Masters and ensuring consistency in Scrum practices across the program Scrum Master is also involved in appointing Scrum Masters for individual projects. This ensures that capable and aligned leaders are placed at the team level. A critical part of this role is ensuring that the vision, objectives, outcomes, and release timelines of each individual Scrum project are aligned with the overall program goals. There is a common direction and purpose across all teams. Any conflicts or misalignments between team goals and program expectations are proactively resolved. They serve as a bridge between strategic leadership and operational teams, ensuring the successful implementation of Scrum at scale. The Portfolio Scrum Master functions at the highest level of Scrum implementation across the entire portfolio or business unit, rather than just at the team or program level. Just like a regular Scrum Master facilitates Scrum at the team level, the Portfolio Scrum Master ensures that Scrum practices and Agile principles are consistently applied across all programs and projects under a portfolio. Their key responsibilities include providing strategic guidance to program Scrum Masters and Scrum Masters across the portfolio, supporting portfolio-level decision-making by helping leadership stay informed about project health, dependencies, risks, and delivery status, ensuring that Scrum values are embedded in the organizational culture and that teams work in alignment with overall business objectives, encouraging cross-program collaboration, standardization of practices, and continuous improvement at the organizational level. This role is crucial in bridging enterprise strategy and agile execution, ensuring that agility scales effectively across the portfolio. This slide provides a high-level overview of the essential steps involved in scaling Scrum for large projects. It breaks the process down into 3 key stages. 1. Create large project components. This is the initial planning phase where we set the foundation for the large-scale Scrum implementation. Key inputs include the project vision statement, involvement of Chief Product Owner, Chief Scrum Master, and guidance from the Scrum guidance body. An important tool here is the Environment Plan meeting, which ensures the team environment is well understood and structured. The main output is the Release Readiness Plan, which defines what is needed before a large release. 2. Conduct and coordinate sprints. This phase is about executing sprints across multiple teams. Inputs include core teams, a large core team, and the project's definition of done and user story acceptance criteria. Coordination is managed through tools like the Scrum of Scrums meeting and leveraging team expertise. The output here is the sprint deliverables from multiple teams. 3. Prepare. Large project release. The focus here is on ensuring that everything is ready for a large-scale release. It uses inputs like the release planning schedule, the release readiness plan, and support from the core teams. The communications plan plays a key role in aligning all stakeholders. The final output is a shippable product that is potentially releasable at the end of the sprint. Each of these stages ensures that while scaling, Scrum values and principles remain intact while still supporting complex, multi-team project delivery. This slide illustrates the 3 critical sub-processes needed to scale Scrum across large, complex projects with multiple teams working simultaneously. 13.1. Create large project components. This is the planning and structuring phase for the large Scrum project. The inputs include key leadership roles, such as the Chief Product Owner and Chief Scrum Master, and elements like the project vision statement and environmental identification. The main tool used is the Environment Plan meeting, which ensures the project is aligned with organizational context. The output of this step is the Release Readiness Plan, which outlines the conditions for a successful release. 13.2. Conduct and coordinate sprints. This phase focuses on synchronizing sprints across multiple Scrum teams. Inputs include established teams, the definition of done, and user story acceptance criteria. A key tool is the Scrum of Scrums meeting, which ensures communication across teams. The outcome is sprint deliverables from each team. 13.3. Prepare large project release. This phase ensures that all deliverables are consolidated and ready for release. It uses tools like the communications plan to ensure alignment among all stakeholders. The final output is a shippable product, which means all deliverables meet the agreed quality and acceptance standards. In summary, this structured approach enables organizations to scale Scrum effectively, while maintaining its agility, flexibility, and value delivery. This slide outlines 2 essential processes for successfully scaling Scrum at the enterprise level, which involves coordination and retrospection across multiple programs and portfolios. 14.4. Coordinate program or portfolio components. This process ensures that all Scrum components across programs or portfolios are working in harmony. Inputs include definition of done, known dependencies between components, prioritized program or portfolio backlog, roles like portfolio, chief product, chief program owners, and Scrum Masters. A key tool here is the Scrum of Scrums, SOS meeting, used to identify and manage inter-team dependencies. Outputs include updated impediments, logs to reflect new blockers, and updated dependencies to ensure all teams are aligned. 14.5. Retrospect program or portfolio releases. This process helps identify what went well and what needs improvement across multiple releases. Inputs are the leadership roles across the portfolio and programs. Tool used: retrospect program or portfolio meeting, which is similar to a sprint retrospective but at a broader level. The outputs are agreed, actionable improvements that can be implemented across the organization, and assigned action items with due dates to ensure follow-up and accountability. In summary, these processes ensure that Scrum remains coordinated, transparent, and continuously improving, even at the enterprise scale. This slide explains how Scrum is applied across different levels of an organization, be it at the project, program, or portfolio level. Every organization is unique in terms of its structure, culture, and needs, which means that Scrum cannot be implemented as a one-size-fits-all solution. Instead, it must be tailored to fit the specific context of the organization. This is where the Scrum Guidance Body, SGB, plays a crucial role. The SGB is a central advisory unit. It could be a group of experts or a collection of best practice documents. Its responsibility is to analyze organizational structures at all levels and define the most suitable way to adopt Scrum. It also serves as a consulting body that teams can turn to for clarification, standardization, or alignment of practices. By leveraging the experience and oversight of the SGB, organizations can effectively scale and sustain Scrum across various domains while staying aligned with business goals. This slide presents how Scrum operates at different levels in an organization: portfolio, program, and project. Let's walk through each section. On the left, we see the role of the Scrum Guidance Body. It is not part of any single team, but acts as a central consulting and governance body. It helps standardize Scrum practices, ensure compliance with quality and regulatory needs, and guide the application of Scrum across levels. At the portfolio level, the focus is on managing multiple programs and projects. The team maintains a portfolio backlog, and meetings are conducted at a 4-month interval to reassess priorities and strategy. At the program level, multiple related projects are coordinated. The program backlog consolidates all the product backlogs from those projects, and it is reviewed roughly every 2 months. At the project level, we see the practical execution of Scrum. Multiple Scrum teams may be involved in one project. Each team maintains its own product backlog and runs sprints of 1 to 6 weeks. An important coordination mechanism shown here is the Scrum of Scrums, SOS, which is a meeting where representatives from different Scrum teams come together to synchronize work and resolve inter-team dependencies. This slide emphasizes the scalability of Scrum and the structured coordination needed when applying Scrum in larger enterprises. This powerful image visually represents the bold leap organizations must take when transitioning to the Scrum framework. Just like the person in the picture, moving from a traditional way of working to Scrum requires courage to leave behind rigid structures and outdated processes. Vision, to see the value on the other side. Greater flexibility, faster feedback, and continuous improvement. And trust, both in the team and in the process. The transition to Scrum may seem risky at first, but with proper guidance, planning, and executive support, it becomes a calculated leap, one that empowers teams and accelerates value delivery. Let's keep in mind, every organization's journey is different, but the goal remains the same: agility, adaptability, and sustained business value. This slide represents a top-down approach to transitioning into Scrum. In this method, change is initiated and led by executive leadership or upper management. It is often the fastest and most effective way to implement Scrum across large or traditionally structured organizations. When leaders at the top clearly articulate the vision, support the transformation with resources, and actively remove roadblocks. Then the adoption of Scrum becomes much smoother. However, it's important to ensure that this top-down directive is paired with engagement at all levels, especially from those executing the work, so the transition doesn't feel like a forced mandate but a shared mission. This slide illustrates a bottom-up approach to Scrum adoption. In this model, the initiative for transformation originates from the development teams or project teams rather than from senior leadership. The bottom-up approach typically grows organically, often driven by team members who see the benefits of Scrum and start using it within their own spheres of influence. Although this approach can lead to strong team-level adoption, it faces challenges if executive support and organizational alignment are missing. To succeed, the enthusiasm at the bottom must eventually be recognized and supported from the top, so that organization-wide integration becomes possible. Speaker notes, English, conversational. ये स्लाइड दिखाता है एक बॉटम अप अप्रोच जिसमें स्क्रम का अडॉप्शन ग्राउंड लेवल से स्टार्ट होता है, मतलब टीम्स या डेवलपर्स से। अक्सर टीम्स खुद ही इनिशिएटिव लेती हैं क्योंकि उन्हें लगता है कि स्क्रम उनकी प्रोडक्टिविटी और कोलैबोरेशन को बेटर बनाता है। यह मॉडल ऑर्गेनिक होता है, लेकिन तभी तक इम्पैक्टफुल होता है जब सीनियर मैनेजमेंट उस चेंज को सपोर्ट करें। अगर ऊपर से सपोर्ट नहीं मिला, तो ये अडॉप्शन एक लिमिटेड स्कोप तक ही रह जाता है। तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि बॉटम से ड्राइव हो, लेकिन टॉप से अप्रूवल और अलाइनमेंट मिले, तभी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लेवल इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट होता है।